You're about to see footage that North Korea has worked hard to suppress. Smuggled out of the world's most secretive nation at great personal risk, this material offers a rare, uncensored look beyond the regime's tightly controlled propaganda. Today we're exploring the hidden truths behind life in North Korea. Truths captured in forbidden videos that shed light on escape attempts, harsh detention conditions, and other realities the government doesn't want the world to witness. These are the stories that speak volumes, and they deserve to be seen. Let's begin. A security camera captured a deeply emotional moment involving a North Korean family seeking freedom. The family of 5, including a 2-year-old girl, rushed toward the Japanese consulate. Crossing the gate would have placed them on safe ground. 3 men succeeded, but the mother and her daughter were stopped just before reaching safety. Authorities intervened and brought them back. Their cries were heartbreaking, knowing the consequences. Escaping North Korea is extremely risky. Those caught often face severe punishment, such as long-term detention under harsh conditions. Experts believe this mother and child may have faced extreme consequences. It's unimaginable that a small child might suffer simply because her mother hoped for a better life. The video drew global attention because it was recorded by the consulate's cameras, making it difficult to dispute. Attempts were made to suppress the footage, but it eventually reached international media. The men who escaped have remained silent, likely burdened by the fate of the others left behind. Sadly, this is not an isolated case. Thousands try to flee every year. Many are captured and face serious repercussions. The climate of fear prevents many from even considering escape, knowing that their families could also be affected. The risks are enormous, and the stakes are life-altering. If you were the mother at that gate, knowing freedom was just steps away, what would you have done? Comment and chat with me. This leaked video offers a rare glimpse inside a North Korean interrogation room, showing the harsh conditions faced by those who attempt to flee. It features a woman who was captured after trying to reach China. Even the limited segments available reveal the fear and distress she experienced. Her arms are restrained behind her back as she sits in a small, windowless room. The space is bare except for portraits of national leaders, a clear sign of who controls her fate. In North Korea, detainees lack legal rights. There is no access to lawyers, fair trials, or due process. Interrogation methods are used to force confessions, regardless of guilt. Humanitarian groups suggest this woman may have faced extreme consequences simply for seeking a better life. The footage also shows another prisoner, a blindfolded man tied to a chair, as a guard yells at him. The emotional pressure is intense. These practices appear focused on suppressing resistance rather than delivering justice. The video was secretly shared with humanitarian groups by someone inside the detention system, risking their safety and that of their family. Its existence is remarkable, given how tightly North Korea controls information about its prison system. This footage is important because it provides visual confirmation of long-reported abuses. Until now, most insights have come from personal testimonies. This video supports those accounts and gives the global community a clearer picture of what happens inside. Despite official denials, the video challenges claims that the justice system is fair. It reveals the serious consequences faced by those who seek freedom or question authority. Want to see more real stories the world isn't supposed to know? Subscribe and join us in uncovering the hidden. This video shows a public trial in North Korea where citizens are penalized for watching and sharing South Korean movies. In most countries, this is considered normal. In North Korea, it is treated as a serious offense. The government considers foreign media a threat and labels it as harmful to state values. The footage was quietly recorded and later shared. It shows individuals standing before a large audience, facing a panel of officials. These events serve not only as legal proceedings but also as public warnings. According to the narrator, the individuals were accused of watching and distributing South Korean films. Reported consequences include long-term detention in strict conditions. Human rights advocate Yeonmi Park, who left North Korea, helped bring attention to this video. She notes that such public trials are used to deter others and reinforce government control. The video is significant because it highlights the efforts to limit access to outside information. In North Korea, media access is tightly restricted. Authorities are concerned that exposure to foreign content may lead people to question official narratives. Officials have denied the video's accuracy and attempted to have it removed. However, some experts familiar with the region have stated it appears consistent with known practices. The footage remains a rare insight into how information control is used to shape behavior and maintain authority. This video explores the restricted fifth floor of the Yanggakdo International Hotel in Pyongyang, an area not accessible to tourists. Though officially designated for staff use, footage taken by visitors suggests it serves another purpose. Unlike the guest areas, this floor is lined with political messaging and contains what appears to be a monitoring center where guest rooms are observed. In 2016, American student Otto Warmbier entered this country and was later detained for taking a poster. He was sentenced to 15 years of labor and returned to the U.S. in critical condition, where he later passed away. His case drew international attention and highlighted the serious consequences of violating North Korean regulations. The video shows what some tourists discovered: walls covered in slogans and a surveillance area believed to oversee guest activity. The presence of cameras and microphones suggests a high level of monitoring intended to manage information and behavior. This footage is significant because it offers insight into how tightly North Korea controls the environment around foreign visitors. The inclusion of Otto Warmbier's story underscores how actions viewed as minor elsewhere can carry serious outcomes under different legal systems. The individual who recorded this material took a major personal risk. Despite the dangers, they believed it was important to show a rarely seen side of North Korea and offer a better understanding of how controlled the visitor experience can be. The next video shares rare footage from a North Korean detention facility, revealing the harsh conditions faced by those held there. Under a system of collective punishment, entire families, sometimes including children, can be detained if one member is accused of wrongdoing. The video shows people appearing malnourished, with food grown by detainees reportedly redirected elsewhere. In freezing temperatures, individuals are seen working with basic tools under supervision, with severe consequences for non-compliance implied. Experts estimate that around 200,000 people may be held in such facilities, with high rates of illness, malnutrition, and exhaustion reported. Some turn to extreme measures to survive. The footage was reportedly smuggled out by someone with access, aiming to shed light on these conditions. Although the North Korean government denies the existence of such camps, satellite imagery and first-hand accounts support the video's claims. The facilities have been compared by some to modern-day concentration camps. The next story is of a 23-year-old homeless woman in North Korea. A journalist secretly interviewed her while she worked long hours on a collective farm. Despite her hard labor, she could not afford basic shelter and often slept outside, sometimes going days without food. Her account challenges North Korea's portrayal of itself as a worker's paradise. The video also shows police confronting farm workers without a clear cause. Some workers pushed back verbally, reflecting frustration within a restrictive system. Her experience is not unique. Many North Koreans face similar hardships, working jobs that provide little income while government resources are directed elsewhere, including military programs and luxury imports for elites. The journalist took significant risks to document her story, and the woman spoke out despite potential consequences. Tragically, she was later found deceased in a field in 2010. Some believe this was linked to the interview. Her story highlights the risks faced by those who try to share their reality with the outside world. This video shows the intense and highly risky training that North Korean soldiers undergo as a show of loyalty. The exercises focus more on spectacle than practical combat, aimed at impressing leadership and supporting state messaging. The footage includes scenes of soldiers performing dramatic stunts, such as having concrete blocks broken near their bodies, breaking bricks with bare hands, lying on glass, and bending metal rods with their necks. They also escape from chains and carry out acrobatic maneuvers, while high-ranking officials observe from a distance. These demonstrations are not reflective of modern military tactics, which rely on advanced technology. Instead, they serve as symbolic acts meant to project strength and discipline. Behind the performance, however, are serious physical risks, including potential injuries and lasting health effects. Experts warn that such acts can cause long-term harm. Participation may not be optional, as disobeying orders in the military can carry serious consequences. These displays appear more focused on image than on the well-being of the individuals involved. The footage, likely created by state media, reveals a deeper narrative, one that highlights the personal cost behind these extreme performances. It portrays young soldiers enduring hardship to fulfill a public image, raising concerns about the human toll of such practices. In 2021, a North Korean man escaped to freedom by swimming for 6 hours in cold water while wearing a diving suit and fins. The video shows his determined effort and highlights significant lapses in border security on both sides. He was captured on several surveillance cameras while crossing the demilitarized zone, one of the most heavily monitored borders in the world. Despite setting off alarms and appearing on video multiple times, security personnel did not respond until 3 hours after he had already crossed safely. The footage shows him navigating drainage tunnels and swimming through freezing rivers in winter. His survival under such conditions reflects the extraordinary risks some individuals take in pursuit of a better life. This incident revealed vulnerabilities in border monitoring. If one person using basic gear could remain undetected, it raises questions about the reliability of existing systems. The man later explained he had spent months preparing, observing guard patterns and weather conditions. He chose winter, expecting reduced vigilance due to the cold, and the strategy succeeded. Unlike in some countries, North Korean defectors are not repatriated by South Korea. Once he arrived, he was safe. However, contacting his family would risk drawing attention to them, which could result in serious consequences. If you had to live one day under this regime, what would you miss the most about your freedom? Drop your thoughts below. This video tells the unusual story of Matthew Miller, an American who traveled to North Korea in 2014 to be detained. Upon arrival, he tore up his visa, which prevented him from leaving and led authorities to take him into custody, exactly as he had planned. The footage shows his arrest, trial, and sentencing to 6 years of labor. Miller later shared that his goal was to witness the country's prison system firsthand and raise awareness of reported human rights concerns. He had heard accounts of difficult conditions and wanted to see the reality for himself. In court, he remained calm, even after receiving his sentence. Officials reportedly believed they were handling a standard espionage case and did not initially understand his motives. He spent 212 days in custody before being released through diplomatic negotiations. Footage of his return shows someone visibly affected by the experience, but who achieved his aim of documenting conditions from the inside. His actions sparked debate. Some considered his efforts bold, while others viewed them as risky, potentially endangering himself and others. The case offers a rare view into how foreign detainees are treated. While the internal justice system is largely opaque, individuals like Miller have at times been part of diplomatic discussions. A notable aspect of the video is how North Korean officials reportedly struggled to respond. They were not expecting someone who willingly sought arrest, and their state media had difficulty framing the situation for the public. This video recounts the tragic story of Otto Warmbier, a 22-year-old American student who was arrested in North Korea and passed away shortly after returning home. In 2015, Otto visited North Korea on a budget tour for New Year's Eve. Surveillance footage reportedly shows him taking a poster from a staff-only area of his hotel. He was later filmed at a press conference, appearing visibly distressed as he gave a confession and asked for forgiveness. For this act, he was sentenced to 15 years of labor. The footage of his sentencing shows a young man seemingly unaware of the serious consequences he would face. After spending 17 months in custody, Otto was returned to the United States in a non-responsive state. North Korean officials stated he had contracted botulism and lost consciousness after taking a sleeping pill. Medical assessments in the U.S. later noted signs of brain injury consistent with a lack of oxygen, although the exact cause remains uncertain. Footage of his return shows a dramatic change in his condition. He passed away 6 days later. Some experts have raised concerns about his treatment while detained, but definitive conclusions have not been reached. Otto's case underscores the potential risks that foreign visitors may face when legal or cultural boundaries are misunderstood or crossed. What might be considered a minor offense in some countries had serious consequences in this case. North Korean authorities have denied responsibility, calling external criticism a misrepresentation. Nonetheless, the footage invites reflection on how detainees are handled and the importance of caution when traveling abroad. The footage shows people crossing the frozen border between China and North Korea, carrying bags of food and supplies. They risk detention and rely on border guards who are reportedly bribed to ignore the crossings. One clip appears to show a soldier accepting payment to help conceal the smugglers' tracks. Many guards are believed to be underpaid, which may lead to such practices. In some cases, this allows communities near the border to access much-needed goods. The individuals depicted play a crucial role in supplying necessities. With limited access to essential goods, such as medicine and food, through official channels, some people resort to cross-border exchanges despite the risks. To avoid detection, they use jackets to cover their footprints in the snow. If evidence of movement is discovered, authorities may respond with stricter enforcement, cutting off this supply route. Each crossing involves danger. Those intercepted could face legal consequences, including imprisonment. Yet for many, this remains one of the few available options for survival. This footage reflects how economic challenges and isolation have led to the growth of informal trade networks. Despite efforts to control the border, individuals continue seeking ways to meet basic needs. Officials have rejected such depictions, calling them misleading. However, the video raises important questions about access to resources and the difficult choices faced by people in restricted areas. If you believe the truth deserves to be seen, give this video a like. It helps break the silence. This footage shows a North Korean soldier making a rare and high-risk escape to South Korea. He drives a military vehicle toward the demilitarized zone while being pursued by other soldiers. The video captures him moving quickly down a road with signs of armed response behind him. Near the border, he crashes into a tree but continues on foot. Despite the danger, he successfully crosses into South Korean territory. South Korean troops assist the injured man and bring him to safety. His decision reflects the difficult conditions he faced and his determination to seek a different life. What makes this case especially significant is that the individual was a trained soldier, not a civilian. Although once committed to military service, he made the choice to leave. He was seriously wounded but survived and later began a new life in South Korea. His case drew international interest and offered rare insight into the internal environment within North Korea's military. The video is notable for showing that even those within the armed forces may choose to defect. It challenges common assumptions about military loyalty. North Korean authorities later stated the man was fleeing justice, not defecting. However, the footage portrays a high-risk crossing by someone seeking change, making this a powerful and widely discussed case. This video highlights how North Korean state media portrays life in the United States through propaganda. In one broadcast, it is claimed that Americans live in tents, drink coffee made from melted snow, and sleep in bags due to widespread poverty. The footage shows people in snowy conditions, while a narrator describes this as the everyday reality for most Americans. It is even stated that people are limited to 1 cup of snow coffee per day. Though the claims are exaggerated, they may be taken seriously by viewers who lack access to alternative information. Such messaging is intended to present life outside North Korea as worse, encouraging citizens to feel content with their situation and discouraging thoughts of leaving the country. In reality, while the United States faces real social challenges, most residents have access to clean water, electricity, food, healthcare, and education services that are not universally available in North Korea. This kind of video is effective because access to the internet, foreign media, or international travel is highly restricted. Citizens rely primarily on domestic broadcasts for news and perspective. North Korean media regularly produces similar content to reinforce national pride and reduce interest in foreign countries. These messages begin early in life and are reinforced throughout adulthood. Many defectors have reported being surprised by the contrast between what they were told and what they later experienced abroad. Adjusting to new information after years of exposure to controlled messaging can be emotionally difficult and take time. These 15 videos offer a rare look into life in North Korea, filmed at significant personal risk. Some individuals face serious consequences for sharing this footage. The videos support what human rights organizations and defectors have reported for years. North Korea is not just isolated, it's a tightly controlled society where many people live without basic freedoms. If this video helped you better understand the situation, please share it and consider supporting organizations that assist North Korean refugees and document human rights conditions. Greater awareness can lead to greater accountability. What are your thoughts? Share in the comments and subscribe for more content exploring the realities of secretive regimes. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.